Okay, so I've just gone through, open up my new program, which was, actually I should probably show you to remind you. It was new, architectural template, because that's the closest to interior design, and project. Okay. Now we're in here. I always just hide this because I find it a little bit distracting. You don't have to hide it unless you want to. I just draw a window over it, left to right, and then I'm just hiding it by right click and elements hide in view. If I then go up here to my wall, you'll see if I click the little arrow first, I wanted to click an architectural wall. There's a couple of things to do before you draw your first line, before you draw the first wall. What I want you to do is change your location line to finish face interior. With a finish face interior, what's going to happen is that means that the measurements are taken from the inside and it's the finished face. The default for some reason is always a wall center line, which means that the dimensions are going to be taken from the middle of the wall. If we have this 270mm thick wall, that means we're going to be taking a measurement 135mm in the wall, which is really inaccurate and misleading for our types of jobs. So if you change it once first, before you draw any line, then you're going to have, it's always going to be as a standard for this actual project, that it's finished face interior. The other thing is unconnected height is totally fine to have that unconnected, but at the moment it's 8 meters. Just change that to a more standard 3 meters, and there you've got it. You'll see when you're in the middle of a new command that this glows green. Modify and place wall. Here I've got the height and I've got the location line. These are the most edited elements of a wall, and Revit knows that because it's intuitive. It's placed it here at easy access in a glowing green line to help. You'll know that, you'll notice that with a lot of other commands that whatever it will glow green up here to help you draw it effectively. If I go into my wall here and I click the teeny tiny arrow, because we always click the tiny arrows, I can scroll through and find a wall that I think would be accurate. So if I just want to have a 110mm brick wall, I can do that. Now I'm ready to start drawing. I'm able to start drawing with different shapes, so I can do a line, which is just like in AutoCAD. I can do a rectangle, or I can do these variety of shapes. I'm just going to do a line, and I'm going to draw a room that is maybe 4 meters by 8 meters. So if I click anywhere in space, it doesn't really matter. Click once, and here we can see I've begun drawing the wall. It's anchored it on one end, and now I need to tell it which direction I want it to go in. You'll see that it automatically wants to snap to these right angles, and also how long it is. So if I just place the wall in the correct direction that I need it to go, then I'm just going to type in 8,000. I'll do that again. 8,000. Whoops. And then I just press enter. What it's given me, an 8 meter long wall. And what I can do now is I can move my mouse to go in the right down, and I can type in 4,000 and then enter. If I want to finish the circuit, if I want to finish the whole room, Revit is going to suggest that I finish it in a nice perfect rectangle. And here I'm going to go, yep, it wants to automatically snap, and it's going to present this sort of locked spot, so I can easily finish the room without having to type it in. Now after I've completed that, you'll see that I'm still in, if I click again here, that I'm still in the drawing line command. I want to escape because that takes me out of drawing that particular line, but I want to press escape again. What we always do in Revit is we always press escape twice. It's always escape, escape, and double clicking. So we've got here, if I click on this wall, it's going to give me the temporary dimension. So that's referencing, I'm just scrolling in, that's 4 meters from inside to inside. And then this is 8 meters from inside to inside. I want to show you how the wall would be if I did it with a center line, because this will, it will most likely happen at some stage in your career. If you're doing this, you'll be drawing and you'll be like, why are my dimensions like the tiniest bit out? You won't be able to figure it out, and it's more than likely going to be because you've got to change your wall center line. So if I just type in 8,000, put my mouse down, 4,000, 8,000 again, and then we'll just finish it with the 4,000. What I want to do here is I'm going to click on that wall just like I did with this wall, so that's 8,000, and if I click on this wall, it comes up with 7,890. This wall comes up as 3,890. See, it's just a little bit out, but I typed in the exact same dimensions for both, and the only difference is that this is a wall center line, the location line, and this one is the finished face interior. So be really mindful of that. I want you to have a play around. Click on wall architectural, click all the different shapes that you like, draw whichever you like, have a play around with it, change your wall types. If you want to change one wall type, you can click on one wall, then in the properties palette you can then just, in the drop down menu, change it to different walls. What is a really good way to see it, so we're looking at it in floor plan view, is up here there's the teeny tiny house at the top. I want you to click, well, we can do the little arrow, default 3D view. And what that is going to show me is all those shapes I just drew in 3D. I don't think I can do this because I need 2 hands, but if you hold down the shift button, maybe I can, hold down the shift button and the mouse, the wheel on your mouse at the same time, and then move your mouse around, you're able to pan and orbit. If I let go of the shift button, then I'm just moving it. So yeah, have a play around with that. We'll pop in a door next.